Hey guys, welcome back to the Seriously Serious Show. Paige here. I have an awesome guest that I want to introduce to you. I had the privilege of talking to her in person, even got her autograph. We're probably going to put it up for sale here on eBay soon. It's going to be at least $1,000, but you know, best bidder, whatever it looks like. Her name is Harper Gruzins. Thank you so much for joining me, Harper.
Thank you for having me.
Now, why don't you tell a little bit of everyone how I met you and how I'm not a stalker. The restraining order has been relieved, right? Like we can talk face to face now. Is that right? Or just on camera still? I forget. What is it?
It's right. You can talk to me face to face.
Okay, good, good, good. Well, I met you at iShine, which is, tell us a little bit about iShine and what it is, actually.
Well, iShine Connect is a Christian TV show played on Daystar, TBN, and Smile of a Child, and all the Christian channels. And it's kind of like life-based, where we get questions from other kids about some struggles that they've been through. Like one time we had a kid ask how they pray, and because they don't know how to pray and stuff. And our whole episode will be about how one of our characters will have trouble praying, and then they're going to be the ones who answer the kid at the end. And so we call them I Ask Questions. And so it's really cool because it's life-based, and then we get to answer them at the end. So
nice. Well, you know, I thought I heard this last time that you were interviewed by one of the coolest people ever. I think that was the quote. Is that right? Were you interviewed by one of the coolest people ever?
I think it was the coolest person in the world or something.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's pretty correct. So who interviewed you? Who's the coolest person in the world?
I think her name was Paige.
Yes, that's right. Oh my gosh, that's me. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
So exciting. Well, yeah, we did. We interviewed you. Well, yeah, I interviewed you. I was going to think you interviewed me. You didn't. That's not true. I made that up in my head. But it was on iShine Connect, and it was just a little bit of an introduction to who you are. And so let's do this all over again. Who are you, Harper, and how did you get involved with iShine as well as like singing? Tell me a little bit about your story.
Well, my name is Harper Gruzins, and my friend told me about the iShine audition, and she was a former iShiner, and she told me that I would love the show and that I would be great on the show. And so I decided to go out to Nashville and audition, and it was a really fun process because I got to meet all the iShiners like Alexis and the Rubies and stuff. And then they haven't heard my story yet, and so I shared my story about how I sang the national anthem, and they had no idea, and how it went viral, and I got so much hate. And so they made me stay a little bit longer, and we talked about how the show would be if I were on it. And then from there, we began like a great relationship with the producer and stuff. And then now I'm on iShine. So
that is awesome. Now, you briefly mentioned the whole Star-Spangled Banner thing. So what happened with that?
Well, I was invited to sing the national anthem at a Major League Soccer game in front of 22,000 people.
Nice. So not a whole lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. We had a mic check before the game, and the mic wasn't working properly, and it wasn't turned up all the way. So before the show, my parents changed their prayer and asked that God would use my voice in a mighty way and that everyone in the stands would be able to know him. And as I stepped out on the field, I had my pitch pipe in my hand tuned to a C sharp, and as I started to sing, my ear caught tuned to these things that the crowd was blowing, and apparently they're called vuvuzelas, and they are a very low note. So I started the anthem on a wrong note, and you see, once you start the anthem, you cannot stop and start.
Exactly.
So I continued to sing anyways. So there was a 2.5 second delay in the mic. Have you ever seen the news and a news anchor, the news recorder is talking to another newsman, and it takes a while for their voices to come back, and they're like, "Hey, Betty, how's the weather there?" And they're like,
I love that, yes.
"Oh, it's great." Well, that's exactly how it was when I was singing. So I thought I had to wait for my voice to come back to me in order to start the next few words. I usually sing the anthem in 1 minute and 30 seconds, but this time it was 3 minutes long. And after performances, people would say, "Oh, good job, you did great." But this performance, 3 out of 22,000 people said good job.
And those were your parents, right?
Yeah. just gave me really weird, rude looks.
Oh,
At
gosh.
first, well, I knew it wasn't my best performance, but I thought it couldn't have been that bad.
And so then what happened later? Because it went viral, right? You guys at home can check it out on YouTube, Harper Gruzins. So what happened?
Well, the next morning, I overheard my parents talking in the office about somehow it went viral. And of course, like me, I had to go check it out myself. Not a good idea. So at first I was shocked because there were multiple posts titled "The Worst National Anthem Ever." And I was all like, what the what? I clicked on it and I decided to scroll down and read a couple of the comments. And I remember some of the first few comments I read were, "Make it stop, my ears are bleeding. This is why abortion should be illegal." And "Stupid little bleep, can't think for bleep." And those were just some mild comments.
Yeah, that sounds a little brutal. And did I hear it was all your parents' fault because they prayed for this to happen? Is that true?
Well, yeah, my parents prayed that I would be used in a mighty way and that everyone else would be able to know who Christ is. And so it was crazy, and because God does answer prayers. But I knew that it was all in his hands and that he had a purpose and a plan for everything and that we didn't need to worry about anything because he had it.
So tell me what you do, because I have read personally some of the responses that you have received, and I'm telling you what, if you were my child, I'm pretty certain that I would go and hunt some of those people down and then love them for Jesus. Yay. No, I would punch them in the face. Just kidding. Don't do that at home. But for you, how do you respond to some of those people?
Well, at first I was like sad, but then instead of making it all bad, I decided to turn it into something funny and happy. So now I do a funny accent and I read my comments out loud and make them into something kind of funny.
Nice. Do you have an example for us?
Yes. So I'm on my national anthem post and I'm gonna read a comment. So, hey guys, it's Harper. Today I'm going to read some comments from my national anthem. So let's read a couple comments. Evil Man God said, "Wow, it's like a free headache." Okay. I'm glad it's free because I wouldn't want to pay for a headache. And then Josiah Baba, okay, said that, "Wow, I bet she's about to barf. That's why I keep barf bags at my house."
So you take it, you're just like, I'm just not even going to deal with it. Instead, I'm just going to laugh at that because what else can you do, right? I mean, it's seriously.
Yeah.
So, okay, you get all these people online who are obviously what we call cyberbullying. Now, what happens at school? I mean, how do you handle people that maybe do that to you face to face?
Well, at first my friends and classmates were supportive at times, but unfortunately that didn't last. I was harassed in the hallways, in my classrooms, at lunch, and of course it never stopped online. Kids would push my books out of my hands, shove me against lockers, call me names, make fun and mock me, spread untrue rumors about me, and even get up and leave me alone at a lunch table. I didn't want to admit it to my parents, but sometimes I would fake being sick just to let them make me stay home from school. But during this time, I became more aware of other people going through the same exact thing that I was going through, and I really wanted to do something and help them.
Yeah, and I mean, you are, obviously, not only with iShine, but you were just down in Connecticut, is that right? And you were doing a concert there. Tell me a little bit about how you travel and speak.
Yeah, well, I was invited to go to different schools in Connecticut and talk about my story and share with them how they can tell other people and how they can overcome bullying. And I told them that they could talk to anyone and they can even talk to me because that's what I was here for. And so I got to go to 2 different schools and have 2 different performances. So I talked 4 times at schools, and then I got a concert at another school, and there were tons of people there, which was really crazy, and they all knew my song, and they all sang along, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. And so it was like a real concert. They brought posters, and they were flashing their lights around, and I just thought it was really amazing how God changed something that we thought was going to be a bad thing, but he made us open our eyes, and now it's a great thing being used for his purpose.
Wow. And I know that you have the tour coming up. In fact, on March 8th, you're coming to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and you're going to sing here with the I Shine Tour. What are some of the other places you think you're going to be heading for the tour, if you're aware of those?
Well, I'm not totally positive, but you can check the ishine.com/tour website, and then it will show you all the tour dates and where we're all going to be. So
nice. Now, I know that you're on social media. Where can people find you on the social media sites?
Well, I'm mostly on any social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, AskFM, and YouNow. And my username for all of that is Harper Gruzins. And then I also have a website. It's harpergruzinsmusic.com.
Nice. Well, Harper, I seriously, joking aside, I think you are an amazing woman. I know that you're 12, but my golly, you are more mature than I am on many occasions. And I just love the fact that God has chosen you as a vessel in the way that you have just spoken wisdom and encouragement into so many people's lives, because unfortunately, cyberbullying and bullying in itself, it's everywhere. And so thanks for sharing your story, and definitely you at home, check out her stuff. She's an authentic girl. I love her to death. I love hanging out with her. She is definitely an inspiration to us all. So thanks, Harper, again for joining us.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, for you at home, stay tuned. We're going to play some more music, and we're going to come back and have a little bit more fun on the Seriously Serious Show.